So there's only 5 European spots up for grabs in the Ligue, but 3 out of the 4 remaining clubs in the Europa League are from the Ligue. So I feel as though if one of them win the league, then maybe we will be able to have a 6th spot open up for a Europa League spot. But first things first, we need to get back into that 6th place. Hello guys, and welcome back to the 7th episode of Replicating Ranieri with Toulouse, where today we are playing 2 games very late on in the Ligue 1 season against Mainz, definitely not, again, getting that one right, and then Nemes. No, that's Nemes. Gosh, my pronunciations are just getting worse. Oh, okay. Sorry, we're playing 2 games against those 2 clubs. If you know how to pronounce them, good for you, but unfortunately I'm not able to do that. And we are down in 8th place, so we've dropped down a little bit since last time. And if we do get into that 6th place spot, as I said before, we might be able to get some European football this year. And we are, of course, playing 6th place in our first match now. So if we win this game, we will certainly leapfrog above them on goal difference. Because, you know, if we win, then we'll get a higher goal difference. And if they lose, they'll get a lower goal difference. And, you know, mathematically, we will be on top of them. And then we just need to hope that Lens manage to lose a game here or there. Again, I think it might be Lens, I'm not sure. But this is the team that we are going with for the game. Actually, no, let's not talk about that just yet. I always forget. We need to go over the games that happened since last time out. Not amazing, I'm not going to lie. I actually can't remember the last game that we played in the series. It's actually been a few days since I've recorded. But, yep, this is what's happened. We've had a couple of losses, a big win against Laurent. I feel like I'd remember showing that one on camera. So, yeah, it could have been a lot worse, but it certainly could have been a lot better. All of these 3 teams here, quite difficult to face, and we didn't do very well against them. So I'm not surprised that we ended up coming away with only 1 point and a win up here. But luckily for us, we can push on and hopefully recover against this squad. And now we'll take a look at the team that we're going with for the next game in this episode, and it is this one. Hopefully everyone can come away with some great results. I don't think anyone's injured for this game, so I think this is completely my what's the word? Like where it's gosh, this is just sounding like terrible commentary right now. Undivided or something like that. Oh, just uninterrupted. No, that's still not the word. Just ignore this. So this is the best team that we have at our disposal, and I think that they should be able to come away with a good win against a good squad that are above us on the table. But then again, we are playing away from home, but fingers crossed we can come away with all 3 points either way. What was it? I still don't know what that word was. Honestly, that's going to bug me all episode. We have a first highlight straight off the bat, and hopefully it will come our way. We're playing it back to the goalkeeper. You know, they've learnt my tactics eventually. We love to see that. And now we are playing it back, from the back, just like we love to do. Kone playing it up to Fontaine, who was really coming to his own late in the season, but that is not showing that he's coming to his own. That was an absolute P-roller towards the goalkeeper. I've seen 5-year-olds kick the ball harder than that, but obviously it doesn't lead to a goal. We still have an opportunity from the corner that's probably going to fizzle out at any moment now. But it's good to see that we are getting the first chance on the board, and hopefully we can add another chance to that right here, right now. But unfortunately, Ojo's shot goes over the bar. But again, peppering the goal, you know, getting some nice lemon zest on it. We're getting ready to munch that up. And Vallejo is now swinging in the corner with the hopes of doing exactly that, taking our chances, finishing our dinner and scoring a goal. He gets it back out on the right, and now it comes to Ojo after a poor tackle, and he does put it into the back of the net. How Douglas Luiz managed to get that assist, I have no idea. I don't know when the last time he touched it was, but eventually Ojo luckily puts it into the back of the net with a wee chip into the back, and the goalkeeper probably should have done a little bit better from that position. But we are certainly the dominant force just a few minutes into this game, and if we can add to this lead early on, I certainly think that we should be able to go up above this squad after the full-time whistle. A pretty action-packed first few minutes has now led to a very, very quiet second half to the first half. But we don't mind that because at the end of the day, we have come away with a win going into halftime. I was acting like that was full-time for a second, and I will tell them I'm pleased with the performance out there. Don't need to tell them all the time not to get complacent because, we are playing very well, and I think they deserve a bit of praise away from home here today. But watch me do that, and now the other team will come straight back at us and score a goal, and they are on the ball right now. Hopefully someone can put in a challenge so that this isn't their first chance of the match, and it is their first chance of the match and their first goal of the match. I should have told them not to get complacent. Oh, that's so annoying. And now we're going to have to work our way back up above them because they are coming back into this game very quickly in the second half. I'm going to demand more, hope that fires up the team. I don't have this, weird reaction thing out on my right. I don't think my screen is big enough for that, to be honest. Still using that laptop that I reference all the time. It's still not doing amazingly for me. And right now I need it to get me a bit of luck because they are coming at us and coming at us with a lot of power in the second half. A ball goes over the top of our goalkeeper. And now we're 2-1 down. It was looking so promising at halftime. I'm honestly blaming this on saying I'm happy with the performance. I should never say that ever again. I think I'm going to make my first substitution of the game and bring on De Vito instead of Fontaine. Hopefully he can make a bit of a difference up top. I feel like we've had the wind taken out of our sails in the second half, and they are coming at us again. Luckily for us, we do clear it away, but again they have the ball. Douglas Luiz tries to make a great tackle there, but it goes straight back to them, and now they are running forward with their goal scorer, who also got the assist, and luckily for us, we do make a good save. We've moved on to a positive mentality if you didn't see me do that before, but I'm not so sure that we're going to be able to get back into this one. They're doing really well so far in the second half, and we haven't been able to really get our foothold back into the match. But we do have an opportunity right here, right now. Illich on the ball, playing it to Kone. Please backheel it. Yes, Hugo Vallejo in on goal. Douglas Luiz, have a hit. That was a very good hit, to be fair, but not exactly where we want it to be. A lot of power, not enough precision, but that is the right kind of attitude that we want going into the end of the game. I mean, even a point is not really what I wanted, but 0 points is certainly not what I wanted. So I don't know whether to be happy if we end up getting another goal, but I don't see it happening either way. I think I'm going to bring off Vallejo, despite the fact that he has been involved in a lot of moves. I don't think he's actually created anything in this game just yet. And this left winger does pop up and score a couple of goals here and there for us. Maybe we'll even move on to an attacking mentality for the last few minutes and ask the boys to show some passion. Why not? When it actually lets me a bit of a lag there. Show some passion, pause the game, move on to a slightly more attacking formation. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. I honestly have no idea. Even Football Manager didn't want me to show you guys the end of that video. My screen recorder cut out, but nothing at all happened, despite my absolutely amazing tactical changes, may I add. We ended up losing 2-1. A very disappointing result, considering how well we did at the start of the game. So we're going to jump straight into our next game, which is up against, who is it up against? Yep, the team that I can't pronounce as well. So that's 7 days away, and hopefully we can come away with a little bit of a better result, because now we're just waiting for other results to go our way if we even want to come in with a chance of getting that 6th place spot, with even then not even a guaranteed European place. But you know what? I'm feeling lucky. No, I'm not. I'm really not. I'm quite not confident about this season. But you guys are going to watch me do it either way. And this is the team that we're going with for that match. You see that good editing? I just, swiftly went into that. That was pretty impressive. That was some professional stuff there. But, this is the team that we are going with. Haven't made a single change, which is, something that I probably should think about doing, considering we lost. But I'm feeling confident, as I kind of said before. Let's jump straight into it. Hopefully this team does a little bit better, plays more like we did in the first half than the second half. Their team isn't bad. There's only one player that I recognise. Well, I think there's maybe one or two. Again, we're just establishing that if I recognise players in a team, that makes them good. They've got Dahoud, who plays for Borussia Dortmund right now, so hopefully he doesn't do too well against us. Also, Pozo, I think, is someone I have signed previously in Football Manager, but I think it was for the Wellington Phoenix, so, Can't be too good if these are able to be signed for that club. But at the end of the day, we do have our first chance. Not at the end of the day. At the current moment in time in the day, we do have our first chance of the game. And it is us who have just gotten the ball back. And hopefully Ojo can swing a good ball up. I'm feeling a long ball coming, but Montoya is running up. And yes, he does eventually put in a long ball, but Fontaine isn't able to put it into the back of the net. A header goes just over the bar, but a good start for us. And now they're coming straight back at us, but we get it again, and that's what we want, building up from the back. Hugo Vallejo playing it over to Fontaine, who surely will look for someone in the middle, and he eventually does find Vallejo, and eventually we find Kone, who slides it into the back of the net, just past the goalkeeper, and we are 1-0 up very early on, just like in the last game. But hopefully this time we don't let it slide in the second half. We got to keep this same level going all throughout the game, not just in the first half, not just in the second half of the first half, the full 90 minutes. If that was a shout you could make, I would make it right now. If that was something you could say at halftime, I would say it right now. But unfortunately, that's not how this game works. So we're going to jump straight into this next highlight, where Vallejo is on the ball, playing it to Douglas Luiz. Well, not really playing it, but he got it to Douglas Luiz. It doesn't matter how we got it there, but he eventually got it there. He knew what he was doing. Eventually, they get it back, and surely we can get it back afterwards. Montoya does do exactly that, playing down that right-hand side, looking for a pass, and Douglas Luiz plays it up to Ojo, surely swing a ball into the middle, and Fontaine is there. But what a block! Oh my goodness, that was like inches away from the goal line, and he managed to block it. Hugo manages to put a ball into the middle from the corner. Pozo makes a terrible tackle, and we have a free kick in a very promising area. Who's standing over at Vallejo? Is he going to whip it into the middle? No, he goes for the shot himself. Unfortunately, it's not going into the back of the net this time, but it does look like we're keeping that same levels up for at least a little bit longer in this game. And we are still keeping those levels up by having the ball. Douglas Luiz playing it forward, looking to play it to Montoya, who has been quite involved in this game. I feel like I've said his name quite a few times in this episode, and this game especially. Ojo now looking to swing it over to his fellow winger. And unfortunately, Vallejo isn't known for his heading ability and can't put that one into the back of the net. I'm really hoping that Football Manager heard me say Vallejo's not good at heading. I would really love it if they proved me wrong and showed me that he can score headers, hint, hint. But unfortunately for us, we are looking like we're only going to be one goal up at the end of the first half. It looks like we're dominating possession, and that bar made me actually think we were doing a lot better on it than we are. We only got 55%. That's not bad, but we could be doing a lot better. I'm not making the same mistake as last time. Don't you guys worry. Don't get complacent out there. Gaining the focus is better than looking delighted. Surely. Well, it must be. We did terrible after I said I was happy with the performance last time out. So hopefully we can keep this momentum going in the game. And I'm really hoping that the team that we got beaten by last game will hopefully drop some points at some point. But just as I'm talking about them, we need to focus on our game again. And they are on the ball. Our opposition, the one that I don't know how to pronounce, Pozo on the ball, looking to swing it into the middle. Eventually we clear it out. Still not us on the ball. But eventually Vallejo does get it back. And Fontaine is 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. But he can't buy a goal lately. He goes through phases where he's really good. And he certainly goes through phases where he's really bad. And I think I'm going to have to bring DeVito on again, because it doesn't seem like one of his days. He has those days where he scores like 2 or even 3 goals. Actually, I'm not even sure if he's going a hat-trick this season, but he normally scores 1 or 2 if he does score. But you just can't rely on him that much. DeVito is seeming to be a little bit of a better option at the moment. Hopefully he can come on and put one into the back of the net so that we can be a little bit more comfortable in this game. What's happening in the games elsewhere? Who's playing right now? Lens at 0 with Lille, which is what we want right now. But we need to focus on our game right now. And it's, wow, that was a short highlight, but a very intense one. And the bouncing around the box made me feel as though something was not going to go our way. But, luckily for us, we're still in it. And you know what? In this table, I don't know if it's just, gradient into 7th place, but 6th place is a different colour to 7th place. So I am thinking maybe 6th place will get like the European 2 League or something like that. Maybe, hopefully. That's quite a wishful thinking. But I feel like our team kind of deserves it. I don't know. I'm just hoping that we'll manage to get some European football so that I can call this season at least somewhat of a success. I don't see a way that we don't do better than Bournemouth's points tally. We only need to get one more win in the season to do that, and I have no doubt in my mind that we'll be able to do that. We are still on the ball though, and we haven't finished this game just yet. DeVito playing it back to Ojo, and we do add one more just before the end of the game. DeVito comes on and gets an assist. Ojo scores a goal, his second goal of the episode, and we can be calm for the last few seconds of this game as it completely finishes with the full-time whistle. And that is a good way to end the episode. The first game was a little bit disappointing, but the second one was exactly what we wanted. All 3 points, a dominant performance, really good stuff from the squad, and it does put us up into the exact same position we were at the start of the episode. But that's okay. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some, and sometimes nothing happens. And that has certainly been proven again. Honestly, I need to get t-shirts for that quote. That is such a good quote. But that is where we're going to end the episode today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new around here for daily Football Manager videos on this channel. And I will see you all later for the last games of the episode, by the way, the last games of the season, so don't miss it.